Hey guys, back here at Old Fart's house, and gonna make a video here. Anna makes all kinds of good Filipino food. Of course, she's from the Philippines. Uh, Today she's making up some egg rolls for a party I'm going to tomorrow. That she can't make it. Uh, so what do we got here?
This is my
Get
ground pork.
Ground pork and what?
Carrots, celery, onions, and what is that? Black pepper and secret ingredients. That's only Mrs. Names known. Just kidding.
And then what is this?
This is a...
You have the package still? I'll go get it.
No, it's here.
The package?
Yeah, it's a egg roll wrap.
Egg roll wraps.
Yeah,
Get them a picture of that.
It's just like a dumplings things.
Some stuff you can buy in any, Walmart or Meijer?
No, Asian store, I think.
Asian store?
Yeah.
They're egg roll wraps. Spring Home. That's what these are. She uses other ones from Walmart and...
Sometimes, but it's so thick. That's why I don't want to buy there.
The other egg roll wraps are too thick.
Yes.
These make like a thin, crispy egg roll.
I don't know if other people like this, but some, they like it. Especially
So
Mom.
what do you got? Yeah, everybody likes these egg rolls. They eat them up quick once they taste them. How many?
No, I just put it like that.
Yeah, but what size is that?
Just 1 tablespoon.
That's a 1 tablespoon, okay.
It depends. Other people put a lot.
You can put however much you want in there. But she uses 1 tablespoon.
This is for the party. This I don't care if it's a lot or not.
So what are you doing there?
My hands is clean, okay?
Yeah, don't forget to wash your hands.
Yeah, I washed twice. Don't worry about it.
So what do? You just lay it out in there nice and even?
Yep. Took long. And wrap it. This looks like a sausage.
Dip your finger in the water a little bit.
To make stick there.
Okay.
That's it. And voila!
Here's
Mrs. Nail's
big...
egg rolls. Huh?
So you just sit there and you do that. Dip your finger in the water a little bit when you're ready to wrap it. Spread it out in there. Nice portion.
And give some loving. Oh my goodness.
She'll sit there and she'll make that little thing so perfect before she even wraps it. I think that's what takes the most time more than anything.
My finger? Yeah.
Yeah. Wrap the ends there. So you fold it over once and spin it and then turn the ends in and then spin it until it's in a tube there.
A lot of people know how to wrap the egg rolls, but
show
very
it
different.
kind of close there. So you're out right there. So when you're done, they kind of look like that right there. Can you see that? Okay.
Just small.
They're just small snack size, but they're really good. There's a certain kind of seasoning that she uses.
No, just secret.
And it's a secret, but they're going to get mad about that. They want to know how to make delicious egg rolls like yours. So you're going to have to find a seasoning that suits you. Probably Lowry's seasoned salt wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
A little bit of pepper in there and everything, just however, whatever you like. And there's carrots, onions, and celery, and
Yeah, celery
ground pork.
makes a good taste. Celery. And sometimes some other people put eggs on it, but I don't want it. Maybe it tastes different if I put it, but there.
And this, what, 1 pound of ground pork with your vegetables? About how many vegetables do you put in there?
I just half of the carrots I have. Just
How many carrots is that? Maybe 2 sticks or 1 stick of
no,
carrots?
half of stick.
Half of a, how big is it? Show the camera.
No, just the regular size of the carrots.
Oh, okay. And about how many celeries?
Like 4 stalk this long like this.
4 stalks.
Just a little bit.
Probably about 4-inch pieces. And then she uses her little food chopper and chops it all up kind of fine. Because if you look at this stuff, did I show them that already?
Yeah. I don't know if they see it.
Yeah, let me take this over there. This is her mixture here. It's the ground pork, onion, and celery. And you can see those vegetables are chopped up pretty small.
But before
You don't want them real big. Yeah, before she used to cut them up with her hands, and now she's got a nice little food chopper, and then she chops them up really fine. And
more easier.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, saves a lot of time, of course, I'm sure. So yeah, today I got up this morning like 4 o'clock, so I just woke up from a nap here probably 2 hours ago. Much needed one, of course. But I got up at 4, I checked the eBay page, Old Fart Collections on eBay, and had a couple sales that I had to wrap up, and then I had wrote down like 4 addresses. They were kind of a far drive. Shoot, most of the time I was out on the road was driving just to get to them, and then picked up a couple treasures. I'll go over that later after this video. But it was a nice trip, nice day for a drive. I left about 7 o'clock this morning because the first place I went to today was probably about an hour away. But there wasn't really much going on in South where we live. So I had to do a little traveling. And didn't really find a whole lot. I got a little bit today, but there wasn't a whole lot locally I could go check out.
You can hear in the background this Lucky
Yeah,
snoring.
and he's still under the cone quarantine. Poor guy, he's got to stay in that till next week Wednesday.
No, but I don't want to take it out Wednesday because it still has a wound. It's not healed yet.
So, here in like 7 years, Anna and I have been married. We got a pretty good relationship going on here. We live a nice little quiet life. We get along really good, and things are good. We have a nice marriage. When we first met online in a dating site, it was a Philippine dating site called Filipina Cupid. And the reason I found that out, I have a friend that's married to a Philippine woman, and when I played music, this guy and I grew up in school together most of our lives. I think I went to that school in the 2nd grade and graduated from there, so he was about the same, you know, grew up there and everything. Anyway, we've known each other a long time, and most everybody in my school, I mean, we're like almost like family because it was such a small school, and you know, we've stayed in touch through the years, everybody, you know, through the class reunions and things like that, some more than others. But anyway, my friend Dave married to Juliet, and I met her he brought her to one of our shows when I was playing music one night, and he introduced me to her there, you know. And then another time they invited me up for one of the Philippine parties, which these girls always make a lot of food, and there's a lot of loud chatter, language you can't understand, but it's funny, and it's a nice time because they're, you know, everybody gets along. But anyway, so Dave told me, I asked him before all that, I said, well, how did you meet her? And he told me about the site, and he said, yeah, make a page. And he said, he said, there's a lot of nice ladies over there, and, you know, they're dedicated, trustworthy, a lot of them. And he said, but there's a lot of bad too with the good. So I went ahead and made a page, and I was on there probably a year, I think. Not quite a year, maybe 6-8 months actually. And then I met Anna, and we started talking, and just stayed talking. And
Yes, and one day he played a guitar and it made me cry.
I played her a song on my guitar. And what was that song?
One of the Beatles songs.
It was a Beatles song. It was Hide Your Love Away.
Yes.
Yeah. I played that for her, and she cried while I was playing it because nobody ever did anything nice like that for her, and I just thought that was sweet as candy. So I stayed talking to her, and the more I talked to her, the more I liked her, because I just never met such a genuinely kind person that just, yeah, she blew me away pretty much. So,
now I'm pain in the butt, huh?
yeah, now it's a big headache. That's a joke. No, we really do have a nice relationship.
Big mistake.
No way, baby.
Oh.
Wild Horses.
Oh,
That Rolling Stones song, Wild Horses Couldn't Drag Me Away. So, yeah. I can't wait till she starts frying these up, too. We'll have to make a little clip of that, too, and download it, or, well, put the link on with this video. That way you guys can see the process of frying them. She's not going to fry them till tomorrow. The party's not till 3. It's a 4th of July party, yeah, tomorrow. So, and my friend Chris, that's Chris and Carrie, they usually put on a really good fireworks show. They'll invest and get a lot of nice fireworks for that. I've been to one other there a couple of years back. That was back in my wild days before I was married. They're my biker friends. I used to have a Harley Davidson. I had a 1200 50th anniversary Sportster. It was a 2007, and I bought it brand new, and I had that for a few years, and that's how I met a lot of these guys who I'm going to see tomorrow. And I'm probably going to tape some tomorrow. It might be a little bit wild, but I'll try and get the craziness out of there so much, if it is. But it's going to be a good time. These guys are funny. I used to love riding with them, hanging out with them, man. We would have such a good time. And, yeah, we'd hit the bars, of course, and we even rode to Chillicothe, Ohio once. And that was a lot of fun. That was crazy, too. There's, I don't know, probably 3, maybe 4,000 people. I don't know. But that was a good time. You stay the night down there like 3 nights or 4. Might have been a little longer. I think we stayed like 4 nights and camped out and just drank and ate and was merry. So that was fun. Then when we came back to Chris's house, you know, he lives by a cornfield and some woods. He's got a nice little place out there kind of in the woods. But man, the mosquitoes tore us up. It was like we pulled in there and it was almost like a cloud of mosquitoes just attacked everybody. We're trying to unpack everything and hurry up and get inside. And I bet I got bit probably 30 times by mosquitoes when we pulled in there. I think it might have been a rain the night before, heavy rain or something, man. It was bad.
That's why. Mosquitoes out.
Yeah. But we had fun. It was a good trip. And, but yeah, I got rid of that bike a few years ago, and I had another one. I had a 1980. It was a pretty rare bike, 1980 Yamaha 850 Special Gold that was in really nice condition. I got that from my buddy. He bought it. He found it in a guy's barn. He was doing some work for the guy, and that bike was in the barn covered in dust, he said, with about probably 12 other motorcycles, and it only had, I think he said, 6,600 miles on it, and this was back only maybe 10 years ago. So yeah, he's like, man, what's wrong with that bike? The guy said, I don't know, I just couldn't get it started one day and just kind of left it in here with these other ones. So my buddy, my buddy bought it from him and took it home because he works on, he knows about mechanics and stuff. He tore that engine apart, cleaned it all up, new seals, everything like that, put it all back together, and it still didn't start. He did the carburetors too. That year bike had 3 carburetors, and he took those apart and cleaned them up real good too. I mean, he just tore it all down. So then come to find out, it was the petcock gaskets, and that's the lever that allows the gas from the tank to go to the engine. So those gaskets were bad, and it wasn't allowing the gas to get in there. So anyway, he rode it for probably, I think he put 2,200 miles on it and got into an accident. I don't remember. The front tire went flat on him. He ended up getting like a $250,000 lawsuit out of that. And
Oh, that's Bob.
yeah. And anyway, he decided he didn't want to ride anymore, and the bike had some damage, but overall it was, it was sound. It was able to ride. I had to get a new tank for it. Yeah, I ended up buying it from him. So I had to get a new tank for it and some lights, and I had to fix the handlebars, and that was about it really. Oh, and some shocks, because one of the shocks got bent up a little bit, and new tires and stuff like that. But I fixed it up, and shoot, I rode that thing. It had 8,800 miles on it. I rode it till, how many miles did it have on there? Like 22,000. Yeah, so that was the other bike I had. I ended up selling it here a few years ago because I just don't make it. I mean, riding's cool. I like riding, but it's just not in me to, ride around. I used to get kind of bored when I had a motorcycle. What am I going to do today? Go to the same place and hang out and ride here, ride there, and I don't know. I just didn't have the want to keep riding, so I sold that too. I mean, because I like going to the sales and stuff and making money. So, I got to make money to pay bills, and I really enjoy picking up items and reselling them. So, it's allowing me to stay at home, which is great. 'Cause when I drove truck before, I had a 40-minute drive one way to work every day, and then I'd have to work 10 to, well, the last job I had wasn't too bad, maybe 10 hours a day, something, a little bit over. But, I was a machinist before that, and in the machining trade, it's a mandatory 50, pretty much any shop you work at, unless they're not doing very well. But every shop seemed like that I had to work at, I had to work 50 hours. So, and then I got right out of that and went into truck driving, and then that's anywhere from 50 to 60 hours a week. And nowadays they changed the law to where you can drive 11 hours and you can work like 16 hours in a day, and so it's you're in the air with that stuff. And this has been a nice change going to the eBay business to do selling. I still work a lot of hours. There's sometimes I'll work 10, 12 hours here just, researching and, taking pictures and doing the listings and stuff like that. But it's I'm home and I don't have to put a lot of wear and tear on my vehicle or gas and, all that stuff. So it's been working out all right. And thanks to Anna, we've got great, yeah,
Insurance.
yeah, I'll just stop it there.
I don't know why. Just one look. Oops, stop.
Whoops. Yep. In this house that we live in, I mean, it's like I said, it's getting pretty close to being paid. My goal is another 3 years. We can, keep putting a double payment down. It'll be paid for. I've been here since what, 2002? I think.
You said how many years you've been
Either 2005, maybe 2005. It's been a while. And when I bought it, it was pretty run down. It's still, like I said, it was built in 1924. It's got all the old original woodwork. That's what sold me, was the way it was built and designed. It's kind of not really big. It's nothing to brag about, but it's ours, and we've been fixing it up. I've been doing a lot of work. Anna's been doing a lot of work, and we still have a ways to go. We like to get a new porch someday in the back because we got this concrete that's, I'm sure it was put there when the house was built back in 1924, and it's falling apart, looks like crap, and what else? Yeah, really like to get that done. We got to do some work on our ceilings because we had, a couple years ago, we had some bad leak, and that caused ceiling damage, and so then we had to hurry up and get a roof. And thank God we were prepared for that, so we didn't have to, we took one of those loans where you pay 12 months, same as cash. So we were able to do that, and but now we got to fix the ceilings. It's just, one thing after another, it seems like. After that, we decided we needed insulation because the house is so old, it never had any insulation put in, and that was a pretty penny. And but before that, yeah, I had new windows put in the main floor here, and then gutters on the outside. I had a couple of huge trees cut down because they were sitting right on top of the house and pretty much empty. Yeah, the trees were empty. I mean, they were hollow, yeah. And then did a lot of landscaping before Anna came, and then she really took it to town when she came here. She just took it over. I didn't have a garden anymore. That was hers now, and I stay out of there unless I'm helping her pull weeds or something.
Just be careful.
Yeah, just, what else? Oh, block windows in the basement because they just had some boards put over where the windows used to be, and then a couple of 2x4s with caulk around them, they just kind of sealed it up the best way they could. I guess it was a rental property for a lot of years, this house, and yeah, so we did block windows in the basement, and then I remodeled the laundry room, and I'll show you. I think I should have got it in one of the other videos.
Yeah, I think. And then the
bathroom. I had to tear the floor up, not the whole thing down to the studs, but I tore up all the linoleum, and then I had to cut in a piece around the pipes because the pipes leaked. So that was another thing I had to do. I had to replace those pipes going to the washer, and it had leaked a lot of years and it was pretty much gone. So I had to redo that and put new flooring down. I painted and then did a lot of trim work in there and everything, got it looking nice. And I made some cabinet doors for an old existing cabinet that was in there, that is in there. And then did the bathroom right after that, within a few months, and I gutted that bathroom. I took it all the way down to the studs for the most part, and then a new tub and shower walls and plumbing. Boy, that was about a 5 or 6 week project, and it's just a small closet bathroom. But when I called for a quote, they were talking $7,000, and I was like, no way, I can just So I ended up getting all the materials and everything, and it only cost maybe about $2,000. So we were blessed that way. I was able to do that. And of course, you know, I mean, I had house construction when I was in school as a kid, and I learned a little bit about construction then. And then when I lived in Alabama for a couple of years, I worked with a guy, and he specialized in decks, but we did some remodeling and things like that when I worked down there with Mark. And then my brother, he was there too for a while. So I learned on with that, and then yeah, I was able to do the bathroom, and best I could. It didn't turn out too bad, actually. Now I'll show you that sometime too. But Hannah's just moving right along, just staying quiet. She's got a lot of siblings, my wife here. She's got, what, 10? Sabi mo.
Yes. I have 5 sisters and 5 brothers. We're rich.
Rich in family.
Yep.
And you're the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't believe this woman, this gorgeous, young-looking woman. How old are you?
41.
41 years old. Everybody that sees her is like, oh my God, you look like you're in your 20s, and that's good living and a lot of, but.
That secret is revealed. No, just kidding.
Oh, that's another, huh?
No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
No, because some of my classmates.
Talk louder.
No, some of my classmates knows that I'm just like 20 before. Because I remember I graduated at 24 and they thought I'm just younger. They don't know. Some of my classmates does.
And why is that?
Huh?
Why?
Because I don't want them to know that I'm older than them. I'm
Why?
ate. No, I don't want it because sometimes, you know, they're mean.
Mm.
They're laughing at you because I'm in that place that's not supposed to because I'm older than them. But it's alright.
Well, it's because you had to work. You couldn't go to school, right?
Yeah,
Not
but...
till later.
Yep. It's okay. Enjoy your luck.
Lucky's passed out. Probably been hearing him, I don't know, because I'm just sitting here talking and talking. You might not have heard him at all, but he's spread out on the floor like normal, sleeping.
Just show it to him.
He sleeps, my God, that dog sleeps probably 14, 15 hours a day.
That's his life.
Yeah.
Stop.
There's the big boy right there. I don't have my glasses on, so.
Looks like a rat.
Sleepy-headed. Look at, he's all in his cone feeling. Oh, I just woke him up. I disturbed his sleep.
Sorry,
Poor guy.
What
What are you doing? There's his favorite bone there laying in the middle of the floor.
What are you doing, Danny? Look at it. He's so
He's
cute.
like, what are you messing with me for? So yeah, it's another hot day out there, and we decided to stay in. We're not doing a whole lot today.